Good morning and welcome to Super Healthy Super Mornings with Dr. Shilpi. It's Diwali time and it's very auspicious. It's all about the festival of lights, it's all about celebrations, it's all about the beauty of festivities, and it's all about welcoming the positiveness into your life. So it's Diwali time, and there are so many pregnant women out there, and they have their own doubts, they have their own, say, how to take care of pregnancy during Diwali, how to, you know, enjoy the food, or how to enjoy the parties, how to enjoy the festival. So, what I say is, festivities are a source of positive energy. And whenever you are pregnant, or even when you're not pregnant, for anybody, it's the time to get yourself charged. The charge that the festivities give to your body by maybe by the food that we eat, by the events that we enjoy, by the togetherness, by the family, by the cleansing that we do, is really, really important. And when it comes to Diwali, it is very special because it's the festival of lights, and it's the festival of joy, of giving, of gratitude, of enormous positiveness. And when it comes to Diwali, we make it a point that everybody enjoys Diwali in such a way that it is not only good for the body, it is also good for the mind and soul. And in pregnancy, there are certain subtle things that we usually ask them to take care. And one thing that I always suggest is, especially during this COVID time, to be very careful when you're traveling. I do not suggest traveling for festivities, at least, and traveling for shorter trips, and traveling just for some social gatherings, for far off distances during pregnancy, because I feel a change in environment, a change, a stress that is added to your body. We don't know which pregnancy is sensitive, which is not sensitive, and anything that you displace in terms of places, cities, there are so many communicable diseases that are exposed. There is a diversity of food, and while you're traveling, you have different stress factors, different influences on your food and water. And wherever you go, again, you have to adapt to the environment there. And as friendly as an environment at home, you have your own space, and you have your own maids, you have your own secure people around you. Especially during COVID times, I always suggest that you do not travel for Diwali. At least this time, I do not suggest, because there are new strains that are they're talking about. And the more you're being careful, and the more you are taking care of yourself, it's very, very important. And always I say that prevention is better than cure. So prevention, rather than going here, there, everywhere, you should try to enjoy your festival wherever you are, and prevent any external influences damaging you by travel or stress or anything like that. So this Diwali, make sure that you enjoy your Diwali at your own place, and maybe some amount of friends and relatives get-togethers is still fine. And you make sure that you do not overcrowd the places. You should have social distancing. Make sure you take that care. COVID is not yet completely gone, so you have to take care when you are having gatherings. And it is important that during Diwali, this is the time that we have to be very careful about what you eat, how you sleep, about your stress levels and all that. And Diwali and Dashera are the times when you entirely make sure that you remove negative things from the house, and that which you're not using, you discard. You clean up the house, you make sure that it is charged with a new environment, and all the negative things are out into the waste. So this is really important, because even in pregnancy, and the new child is coming, you should make space for the child, and you should make sure that the old things are discarded and they're not used. Anything that is not used should be removed. And in terms of taking care, make sure that you don't get tired doing all these things. Keep yourself hydrated. In this season, the problem is about the thirst. People don't feel thirsty that easily. So make sure that you take regular intake of water when you're working. Especially, you should know that when you're sweating, your body needs a lot of water. And it is not that important that you take rest all the time. You can also work in pregnancy. You can do your daily chores. You can do your cleaning up and everything during pregnancy. Also, there is no need of bed rest, and there is no need of any extra restrictions unless and until given. But you should make up for these kind of activities by taking good amount of water and hydrating yourself on a regular basis. And whenever you're cooking delicious foods, whenever you're near the cooking arena and cooking space, you should make it a point that you are good in terms of hydration, your meal pattern is good, and you're taking regular intake of food. There are people who, when involved in work, they forget about the entire world, and they just keep doing work, and they don't, take care of what they are eating. And you should be very careful in that aspect. Keep yourself hydrated, keep eating small meals, so that you have the charge to make the preparations for Diwali. And in terms of food, I always suggest that Diwali is a festival of food and sweets, and you should enjoy Diwali the way it is, rather than making changes in the culinary things and eating low calorie food or modified sweets or modified stuff. You should enjoy Diwali as it comes, and the sweets as they are. And maybe you should restrict on the quantity. And if somebody is really diabetic, then they should check into the doctor, and they should make changes into their doses of medications that they're taking, so that they don't go overboard this season and derange their sugar values. And it is very important that when you're physically active, and when you especially cook the food, or make the sweets, and spend energy making them, you always will have an edge over eating them, because you have made them at home all by yourself. So it is important that you call your grandparents, or you call your parents, or you call somebody, aunt or everything, or anybody who have their traditional recipes. Just bring them out and try to make them, and try to give that touch of that traditional food to yourself and also to the baby inside. So it is rewarding both ways. It is rewarding even for pregnancy. It is also rewarding for the child to have a taste and flavor of that traditional food. So it is all about making traditional food all by yourself and enjoying them. In such instances, even if you eat sweet when you're diabetic, should not matter, because you have burnt the calories already making them. And you will not gorge onto the quantity of food. When you really make them, you know the importance of it, and you will have that understanding that you can taste the food but do not have more amount of it. And definitely you have to be in sync what is happening. You're eating something more, or you're eating some sweets, and you're not hiking up the insulin shot that you're taking, or the medication that you're taking doesn't match. So it is very important that you go by medical prescription, by your gut, and by your tradition, and by your customs. So all these things have to go hand in hand. And when it is about Diwali togetherness, and when people come over, and when you serve food, what I say is, for pregnant women, don't make a huge fuss out of things, and make sure that you are limiting yourself to whatever arrangements that you can make with pretty much with your capabilities. And it is not about lavish parties. It is not about what you can show. It is about the positiveness of the Diwali that you have to think about. And when you are serving food, it is with gratitude that you should serve it. It is with love and affection that you should serve, and that is more important than the menu and elaborate things that you really have. And even when you go to eat at some other's place also, you should first relish the food with your eyes, then relish the smell of the food, and then eat it bite by bite, so that you have that satiety feeling. If you do these things diligently and slowly, you will never eat more and more of it. The thing happens that you're pregnant and you're hungry, and you immediately uh, you know eat volumes. Actually the body does not require volumes when you use your all five senses in having food. First you have to look at it, then you have to smell it, then you have to taste it, then you have to chew it, then you have to enjoy the food. So when you go step by step, your process of taking food by its own natural flavor and by its own natural uh, you know taste gives you that kind of a satiety. And when your satiety centers are activated in your brain, it gives you a feeling of fullness. And that is what we are not giving to our brain these days. So when you eat food with a speed, when you're extremely hungry and you attempt having food, you eat everything in a hurry. So make sure in pregnancy, it is very important that you don't allow yourself to be extremely hungry. Small snacking is very, very important. And if you are going to somebody else's house for a meal or a dinner, make sure you have some food before you start from here, so that you don't gorge onto food there. Or anybody you are hosting here, make sure at the end of arrangements you have at least a banana or some khichdi or some curd rice or anything that will give you that kind of a little charge for the day, and then you are active and open to eating food along with the guests. So it is very important that when all the five senses come into your come in front, then eating food is not only about the volumes, it is about the quality, the aspect of enjoying it. And whenever you eat food like that, you will not only enjoy food, you will not only gift your body and mind the taste of food and the reward that you're going to have with having good food, you will also not eat more amount of food. That whenever people have fast amount of food, that is when you can't restrict yourself with the calories, and your brain will never get satisfaction if it does not use the five senses. So make sure you use your five senses in eating your food. And pregnancy is something that you have to enjoy, you have to relish the food, you have to give the taste of the food to the child, and touch wood, it happens. And if you take the food slowly, you see the food, you smell the food, you taste the food, you relish the food, you take a break and eat morsels and morsels of it slowly, the baby also enjoys, you'll also enjoy, and the satiety center also works well, and the volume is restricted, yet you will have the experience of having your favorite sweets or your favorite savories or the favorite foods. And when you're talking about Diwali, and it is very important that you have to be very careful when you're pregnant. Make sure the diyas in your house are lit by the cow ghee, because cow ghee is one of the best. Once the wick burns in cow ghee, it emits a different kind of a charge into the environment. So cow ghee is extremely helpful. For some, it is a ritual that they use sesame oil. That is also good. And it is important that we actually lit diyas with ghee and oils, because they are the ones that they charge the environment and cleanse the atmosphere. That is very, very important. That's the whole point behind putting the diyas in and around the house. And nowadays they have replaced with candles and small tea light candles, which are actually not correct. So go to the nearby roadside diya makers and small scale people who are trying to make a living, and you go and buy stuff from them. They will bless you, and your you will have a better Diwali, because you have helped somebody who is trying to meet ends. And make sure you buy stuff from small scale people who are also trying to celebrate Diwali, and that is very, very important, that you show a small aspect of gratitude, this small aspect of spending on somebody who is really trying to make a living. And it is important that this Diwali you should concentrate on make in India, and try to buy the local stuff, try to buy from the small scale people and small scale farmers, and who are trying to make their Diwali also brighten. So it is important that Diwali, especially for all pregnant women, because the joy of having Diwali this way will also have a positive impact on the baby, and it will also have a positive impact on your health also. And whenever you are lighting the diyas and making decorations, that entire framework gives a lot of vibrancy to the pregnancy also, and it will eventually culminate in a very healthy environment. And one word about the crackers that you're going to use or blast, or you have to be very careful while you're doing these things. According to me, there is so much of pollution that is happening because of crackers. Make sure that if you can avoid, you can avoid. But there are there are kids at home and they would like to do, then it is about taking care and making yourself stay away from the smoke and pollution that is there because of the crackers. Nowadays it has decreased, and people have started understanding about the air pollution that the crackers are causing. It is not the old time crackers that they are making these days. It's all about different chemicals and compositions and the toxic air fumes that the crackers these days are having. So in pregnancy, it is very important that you stay away from those fumes, that you stay away from those toxic fumes. So make sure that you are indoors, and if you have an air purifier, it's well and good. Or at least if you can buy this Diwali some air purifying plants in the house, it will really help you, and it will really make a difference in your life. Because if you have air purifying plants in the house, especially if you buy them for Diwali and gift yourself, then definitely they will help you clear the toxic chemicals in the environment, and also give you fresh air, pure air in the house the entire pregnancy. And try to have some kind of such things, gifting. If you are trying to gift others, you can give these plants. If you are trying to gift others, you can give dry fruits and something that really is of use to them, rather than gifting boxes of sweet loaded with calories and sugar, not made by you or not made traditionally, just bought, store bought and all that. You can give dry fruits, you can give raisins, and you can give some plants and some savory items that you've made at home. So at home stuff is always better than anything else. It gives a piece of love and affection that you've really invested in making them. So this Diwali, you have to be careful and make Diwali a safe environment for you or your unborn child, and make sure the culture of festivals is passed on to the next generation smoothly. And Diwali is all about celebration, it's all about happiness. And for pregnant women, it is a place where everybody come home and bless you and your child, and there is a very happy environment. And any turbulences in this is not warranted. So make sure you make a safe environment, and try experimenting on some kind of traditional foods that your grandparents used to make, and make that for yourself this Diwali. That is one change that I really want people to make this Diwali. One traditional item, be it one savory item and one sweet item, so that you learn the culinary skills that have been abandoned and that are not existing anymore in your life, but they are a part of your family, that that your family used to do on a regular basis. So that is one way that you can catch up to the spirit of Diwali and the spirit of you living your life fully. And do not extend your nights for very long, because you have another day that you have to take care of. Make sure that you have your own limitations and you enjoy and balance. So that is very important in pregnancy. Doesn't mean that you have to be awake till 3-4 o'clock playing cards or enjoying in the parties. It's pregnancy and you have to be taken care of also. Make sure you have your own time, but come and retire early to bed. And whenever you are retiring back early to bed, and when you're trying to sleep, do not involve in gadgets. Make sure you're peacefully sleeping. Take a bath before you sleep, because the entire negativity in your body has to go off. With salt water or rock salt in the water, you can take bath, and with some aroma oil or some ghee or some oil, just massage your foot so that you will have a good night's sleep. And make sure that you stay away from social media and all these platforms in the night before you sleep. Next day you will have another day, and you can take care of all these things the next day. And this is very important. And pregnancy is a very special time, and Diwali you have to enjoy, and you should make it a very special Diwali. Joy of giving and joy of gifting and joy of celebration is very important for everybody. So let's make this Diwali eco-friendly. Let's make this Diwali special, traditional, and eat seasonal, eat local, and a sustainable living has to be followed by everybody to save our planet. So it's very, very important that this message is very clear, and a very happy Diwali to all of you all. So see you tomorrow morning, 7:30, live in Super Healthy Super Mornings. See you. Bye bye.